Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to join us today, the live stream show. Today we're gonna discuss several projects about chicken raising equipments, and I can see that we have the world economy is getting much better right now, and a lot of chicken farmers came to us and asking us how we can start the business, or how we can get chicken raising business bigger and expanded. So they are asking us so many questions. And so, Angela, among a lot of questions every day, so which one question was brought more frequently?
Oh yeah, I was frequently asked, I want to start a poultry farm. What kind of raising equipment should I use?
Yes, that's very simple question, but it's very important question. So how are we going to choose equipments? And do you know how to do that?
I think it's quite simple. Usually customers choose stuff according to their demand. So I think it's quite simple and easy, isn't it?
Well, it looks easy. Well, it looks simple, but it's actually not. And actually, you can see there are so many different models of cage, and seems like easier, but it's actually not. And there are three aspects we need to take into consideration. Number one is does that fulfill your needs? By the needs is we have different chicken of cage of chickens, and like layers, broilers, breeders. So for each chickens, we have designed a specific different cage. And number two is what about the productivity? So by productivity, I mean for the layers, you have to get the high egg production rate. For the broilers, you have needed to get more chicken meat and the uniform distribution and the saving chicken feedings, and that's all very important. So number three is about all the equipments. Does that give you a economical and a cheaper solution? So was that economical? Does that is the easiest? So that is very important as well. So what do you think, Angela?
Yeah, I think I'm so excited. I guess you guys are so curious about our raising equipment. So today, let's go with Andy and let's learn more with our raising equipment.
So before we discuss about that topic, Angela, would you please give us a brief introduction of RETECH company?
Oh, yeah, it's my honor. Now I'm standing in the workshop of our factory. We RETECH Farming. We also call it Qingdao Farming Port Technology, Qingdao Farming Port Technology, and
Farming, or I think it's RETECH Farming.
RETECH Farming Technology and Qingdao Farming Port Animal Husbandry.
Yep.
We have been in poultry line for over 30 years, and we focus on automatic raising equipment for layers, broilers, pullets, and breeders. In which in the processing, we choose high quality material in order to guarantee the safety, solidity, and our raising equipment can be used for over 20 years. We also have our expert team with 20 years raising experience. They can give us professional advice from the very beginning, from the consultation, design, production, transportation, after-sale service, even the raising guidance. Also, our equipment are exported to 51 countries in Asia, Africa, South America, Middle East, and East Europe. So we RETECH Farming is committed to help farming improve working efficiency and transformation through intelligent and digital solution. Our brand view is to make poultry farming smarter and easier. So, Andy, would you like to introduce our raising equipment to the audience?
Well, thank you, Angela, for the excellent and wonderful introduction of the company. Yes, just like our slogan, RETECH makes your poultry farming smarter and easier. Yeah. So let's go to the main points and the subject today, and how to choose the equipments. So actually, there are 4 points on the list that we need to take into consideration when we're talking about the chicken poultry equipment selection. So number one is we have to know the different models and what's the difference between each model of the cage. As you can see, we have so many different cage on the sample room.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out which one is for different for the cage for the chickens. And number two is we have to know what about the quality.
Okay.
So by quality, I mean, so do you know if it's what material it was used and what kind of technology? So was that the best quality compared with other competitors? Was that the quality that you can buy? So that is quality is also very important. And number three is the farm design. So a lot of competitors in the world, they can only sell you the equipment, but they cannot give you the design for the farm. But at RETECH, we can offer you the scientific and efficient designs for the farm. And that's very important to help you chicken farm more reasonable and efficient. So number four is we have the case, we have equipment, and we have design. And number four is also important is the management solution. So the management solution for the chicken farm was that efficient. How does that save your labor cost? And how does it help you save the labor cost and the management cost? So that's all important 4 points. So what do you think, Angela?
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Okay, thanks for your detailed explanation. Yes, Abraham Lincoln once said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree. I will spend the first one sharpening the axe." So choosing the proper equipment is one of the most important factors before you start your poultry farm. So you need to learn more about it and make the correct decision. Oh, okay. If you want to learn more about our equipment, you can follow us. And you can share our links with your friends. Also, we will share the latest recent industry news every week. You can follow us and learn more. At the same time, we participate in Livestock 2022 exhibition in Philippines, and from August 24 to 26, our booth number is H32. You can go to the World Trade Center in Pasig City and visit our colleague Steven and Luke. They will give you personal farm solution design if you need this assistance.
Yes, thank you, Angela. Yes, we have Steven and Luke at the Philippine show, and they can give you the professional advice if you need anything from them. So, so Angela, before we talk about the equipment selections, so shall we take a moment and discuss about how many chickens do we own in the world? So, do you know how many chickens do we have in the world?
Yes, before I came to RETECH, in my mind, there are mainly chickens. One is for meat, and the other one is for eggs.
Well, that's correct. Actually, that's only 2 kinds of chickens, but there are more. So number one is we raise chickens for getting eggs. Do you know what is that?
Layers.
Yes,
no, I know it's layers.
Layers. And number 2 is we raise chickens for getting the chicken meat.
That's broilers.
Yes, correct. It's broilers. And number 3 is we need to have the parents to have both layers and broilers. Do you know what is that?
Yeah, breeder.
Yeah, breeders. And we have parents. We also have the babies. So we do you know what is the baby chickens of the chickens?
Oh, yeah, it is called a pullet. It is grow up from the day old to 12 weeks.
Yes, exactly. So we have the layers and broilers, breeders, and pullets. That's 4 basic kinds of chickens in the world, and that's so we have different cages specifically designed for each kind of the chickens. And shall we take a close look at our cage and we can show more to our viewers? So let's go to the cage, shall we?
Okay. Okay, guys, so let's view. There are several kinds of raising equipment in our workshop. And Andy, would you tell us what is for the broilers and what is for the layers?
Okay. Well, we can start with this one.
Okay.
So this is we call that type H broiler cage.
Yeah.
So this is type H broiler cage, and this is fully automatic, and with all the system designed automatically, and you can see it has the automatic feedings, automatic drinkings and automatic bird harvestings, and also it has the automatic environment controllers. So for the drinkings, you can see it has 12 nipples at 6 at each, and also the water line can adjust the height of the based on the different age of the babies, chicken babies, and when they are smaller, we can lower them, and when they grow bigger, we can raise this up. And also for the feedings, we have the 2 feeding pans in each cage, and there will be auger system in the pipe to convey the feedings from the silo on the dispensing device and then go into each tier, each cage. That's how our chickens get fed. And the feedings and the water, and also we have the manure cleaning system to clean the manure out of the house. The manure is very important. So in some traditional farms, they cannot clean the manure out of the house. They will have the ammonia, so emissions, and it's very bad for the chicken health. So we have this manure system, so they can get the manure out of the house more frequently and more efficiently. And so yes, that's pretty much all the system of the H-type broiler cage. So what do you think, Angela?
Yeah, I want to know what's the material of the cages. You know, when I was surfing on the internet, I saw cages from other suppliers. They are colorful. Could you tell me the difference?
Yeah, well, yes, you can see that there is no colors on our RETECH cage, and because the material we are using is the hot dipped galvanized steel. It's the very best material to building the cage, and the zinc thickness is 275. It's the thickness in the industry. So with that standard, we can achieve 15 to 20 years service life, which is important for chickens to have a better living conditions. And so for other competitors, they are using the different materials. So the color you might see the green colors or orange colors is because they are not using the same materials that we are using. They are using the electrostatic spray. So electrostatic spray is like a coating, so like the painting outside the steel, the surface. So after a few years, once that coating fall off, and it will get rusted, and it will get corroded, and then finally it will get collapsed. So you will need to invest again, and so that's very costly for you. Yeah, so that's our materials, Angela.
Okay, I saw there are 2 lines. One is the feeding line, and the other is there are 2 water lines. How many broilers are adopted in this chicken cage?
So we have this cage designed for. It depends on the different slaughter weight. Let's say averagely the slaughter weight is 2.5 kilo. For that kilo, we can accommodate 110 birds in each cage. So why we have that number designed, because with that capacity, we can make sure each bird have enough room to move around, and also they don't do too much exercise, and if they do too much exercise, they work too much, they will eat too much. Consuming of the feeding is too high. It will cost more on the chicken feedings. So that's why we have 110 in each cage.
Okay, I got it. Okay, just imagine if my heart, if I want to have a broiler farm and my broiler harvesting weight is 1.5 kilogram. That means it can raise more broilers.
Yes, our bottom mash, the bearing weight is 50 kilos. So if you have the lower requirements for slaughter weight, like 2 kilos or 1.8, and you can always have more chickens inside the cage. Like you can go to 130, 140. So that's no problem. For example, we have the project recently installed in Philippines. The slaughter weight is 1.8. So we have 150 birds per each cage. Yeah.
Okay. What about the FCR?
Well, before we talk about FCR, so Angela, do you know what is FCR means?
Yes, have learned it. It is a feed conversion ratio.
Yes, exactly. So FCR means feed conversion ratio.
Mm.
So that means for every kilo of chicken meat you get,
Mm-hmm.
so how much feedings you need to invest. It's very important and the critical factors. Speaking of the broiler business, so I know that some other manufacturers on the
Mm-hmm.
markets that the cage they are using for their clients, they
Mm-hmm.
can have the 1.7 versus 1. That
Wow.
means for every 1 kilo chicken meat, they
Yeah.
will need to invest 1.7 chicken feedings, and that's
Mm-hmm.
very high.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what's our FCR? At RETECH, so
Mm-hmm.
we can achieve 1.4
Mm-hmm.
versus 1. So means you can only invest you only need to 1.4 chicken feedings, and you can get 1 kilos chicken meat. So it can saving more feedings and help your business more profitable.
Okay, now we have a better understanding of our feeding and water system. Now, could you explain us the manure? How how do I clean the manure?
The manure is also important factor. So we have this manure system design, and you can see this is a white
Okay, let's
plastic.
come to the end
It's
of the
it's
layer.
PP materials. It's PP materials, and this can convey the manures from the front of the cage to the end of the cage, and we have the vertical belts and we have the horizontal belts. So two of them work together to make sure we can get the manures out of the house efficiently. So let's take a close look of how it works. So we have this 4 steps manure cleaning method, and this is scraper 1 and the scraper 2, 3 was installed as the bottom of that turning point, and we have the fourth as the bottom in the middle. So with the 4 scrapers, we can have the manures get out of the house quickly, efficient, and completely. Yeah.
Okay, I have one question from our clients. He says, I have a farm with over 30,000 broilers. How could I get these broilers out easily?
Well, that's a very good question.
Okay.
So usually for the traditional farm that they don't have the automatic system, they
Mm-hmm.
have to do the manual operation. So by manual operation, I mean when the chickens are ready for slaughtering, they will need to send workers to a house and catch one bird by one bird and one cage by one cage. That's very low efficient, and it costs you a lot laborers and workers. And but we have designed a very unique and specifically
Mm-hmm.
the system for bird harvesting. So
Okay, could
let's
you
show.
show us?
Sure. Let's show them how this works. And
Just pull it out.
yeah, we have this plastic plates design, and when the bird are grow heavy enough and they are ready for slaughtering, we can just pull this plastic slate out and pull them out. The broilers will fall off on the belts, and then the belts will carry all the birds to the end of the cage and go through the conveying system, and then carry them out of the chicken house to the bird catching platform. So that's where the workers can just standing outside the chicken house and catch the bird from the platform. It's very quickly and efficiently, so they don't have to go into the house anymore. So basically on our records, so
Mm-hmm.
we have the clients using this system, they can harvesting 6,000 birds per hour. So that's very high efficient.
Okay, Andy, I want to ask a question.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
I want to raise the brothers. What should I consider before I choose your raising equipment?
For the broilers raising, there are many factors.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have a discussion with you
Mm-hmm.
about your land conditions, like what
Mm-hmm.
kind of dimensions you have the land for building the farm, like
Mm-hmm.
length, width, and the angles of your land. And also we need to discuss local climates and like the year-round temperature and the humidity and the airs, so velocity And so all of these are very important.
Mhm.
And we also need to discuss about how many chickens you want to start, like 10,000, 30,000, 5,000, 50,000. So you want to have one house or two house, a separate house. So all those are important for designing. So if you have that inquiry and if you want to discuss more, you can leave us questions, and our project manager will get back to you and ASAP. Yeah.
Okay, guys, don't forget to visit our website, 3.com, retechfarming.com, and we will come soon.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much all about the H-type boiler cage. And next part, we're gonna show you more about the layer cage. So shall we take a 5 minutes break? Thank
Okay,
you, guys. I'll see you soon.
see you.
快不快？
Hello guys, welcome back. In the last part, we have talked about broader raising equipment. Now let's together with Andy, and he will introduce the layer raising equipment for us.
Yes. So we just discussed about give you a presentation about the each type layer equipments, and we're gonna go to the layer equipments. So Angela, do you still remember the slogan of the RETECH? So RETECH makes your farming poultry more
smarter and easier.
Yes, that's correct. So let's go to check it out our layer equipments.
Okay.
Follow us, guys.
Come on. Okay, in our workshop, there are two kinds of the layer equipment. One is H type and the other one is A type. This is our H type layer equipment. Andy, would you like to give us a detailed explain?
Yes, Angela. So this is, you can see, it's also similar to the broiler cage, and it's also H type. And but this is for the egg production. It's for raising layers. And so what's the difference compared with the type H broiler? Well, the feeding system is different. As you can see, we have the feeding trolleys, and so it has the broiler cage has a treating pan inside the cage, but for layers we have the feeding trolleys, and there's a system that conveys the feedings outside the house from the silo to the upstairs the dispensing devices, and then go to the top trolley, and then go to the second, third, fourth, and then the trolleys will carry the feedings and to the trough. So spread the feedings on each trough, and then the chickens just stick out their heads, and they can eat the feedings. And our trough was designed with a very specific design. The angle is V shape like this. So while we design this, so the chickens can eat feedings more easily, but it also makes sure the chickens that doesn't spread the feedings everywhere. So it saves your chickens. And also we have this collector. So this collector, and we can help you collect the leftovers of the chickens. And you can see this collector. So this was also designed the purpose to save the chicken feedings, and it can collect all the leftovers after the feeding trolley the run to the end, and it will collect all the feedings and go back to user again. So this is for the feedings, and besides the feedings, we also have this watering. So the water system is with 2 lines. As you can see, there are 2 lines of watering. And so why we have 2 lines of water? Because like in the summertime or after chickens finish the eating, they will feel thirsty. They will eat more chicken feedings. And but if you have only one water lines, and once it has some issues or problem, like get jammed, like broken, and there will be no enough water for chickens. So we have 2 lines designed. And also this sharing window, you can check it out here. This is a sharing window. So it means uh, for this nipple, the birds on this case and the birds on each case, they can have the access to this nipple as well. So we can make sure these nipples can serve the chickens on 2 kgs. So the purpose of this is also to make sure no matter how it is, the chickens will get the water supplies. So water supply is very important, just like human beings. And besides the feeding and the water, we have this egg collecting. So this egg collecting, we have this the belts, and it's also PP materials, and from the egg belts to that egg elevator, and go from the egg elevator, go to the collecting stations, so workers can collect the eggs from there. And if you have multiple lines in the house, you can have the central egg collecting system designed. So it can connect all the different tiers of the cage, so can collect the eggs more efficiently. So that's the egg collecting. And besides that, we also have the manure cleaning system. So with this, the manure cleaning system is pretty much similar to the broiler system. And we have this PP material belts. This is a horizontal one, and it carried all the manures from the bottom and to the end. Let's go to the end.
Hi,
And,
Andy.
yeah.
I think it's your system is same with the broiler raising equipment.
Yes, it's similar. So we can see, we just remember we have introduced the 4-step manure cleaning system, and this is the same. And number 1, this is the main scraper for cleaning manures, and we have 2, and the third at the bottom at turning points, and we also have the 4th, that one. So with 4 scrapers, we can make sure the manures be cleaned out of the house more quickly, efficiently, and completely. So as we talked about before, the manure is very bad for the chickens. It can have too much ammonia emissions, and so cause chickens not eating and drinking, and the low egg production, and the low egg production. So that's very bad for the chicken. So we will always make sure the manure get cleaned out of the house and quickly. So, yeah.
Oh, Andy,
Yep.
I have one question about the manure belt. How many years can it be used?
This is a very good material. It's called PP materials, and it can last for at least 8 years. Yeah, that's 8 years. That's a very good material. So you don't have to worry about the quality of the belts.
If I'm from a very cold or very hot area, is this also durable?
Yes, the quality is good, so it's very durable, and it can guarantee you can run 8 years, and so it's a very durable quality.
Okay, if I have a layer farm, I must be concerned about the egg production rate. Could you tell us more about it? If I use this kind of raising equipment.
Well, yes, like the meat for the broilers, like the FCR to the broilers cage, for the layer cage, the egg production will be the major point. That's what the farmers pursued for the layer cage. So for RETECH layer cage, and we have several designs and make sure we have very high egg production. So I think what I heard from our clients that bought from other competitors that egg production rate is about 80 to 85. But guess what's the egg production rate at RETECH? We can reach 95 at a peak time. Yeah, 95.
How was it possible?
Yes, it sounds very high and it's almost 10% than the others, but it is. So let's show the viewers why the egg production is so high and is so good. So let's take a closer look of the egg production. So first is the mash, the bottom mash. As you can see, the bottom mash was designed at a certain angle. So the angle is designed at 8 angle. So why the 8-degree angles? Because if the angle is too low, and the eggs won't roll down to belts gently. It won't easy to belts to the belts gently. So, and if it's too high, the chickens will stand on the mash too hard, and they will eat more feedings. So that's why we designed this at 8 degrees. And also check this bottom mash. It has two reinforcement ribs at diameters 2.18 millimeters. So with that two ribs, it can reach a very high elasticity. So with that elasticity, and when the eggs drop on the mash, it won't get broken. And so that's why we can have so high the egg production rate. And when this egg conveyed to the elevator, it was the angle was also designed specifically, and it can carry the eggs all the way down to the stations, and very gently and very efficiently. So there is very loss on the logs. So that's why we can reach 95 egg production rate.
Okay, if I have a chicken farm in over 30,000 layers, should I choose this one?
Well, that's a very good question, Angela. That's about depends on the capacity. So this is a H-type layer cage, and it was designed for the more like a medium and larger capacity. So it is for a capacity like above 30,000 layers. So for that medium and farm, we can recommend this type H. It's fully automatic, but below 30,000 layers, and we can recommend another different type, which is type A.
Okay, on the other side, I saw a type. Let's come.
Yeah, let's take a close look of the type H layer cage. And here
it looks like letter A, right?
Yes, as you can see, this is type H. This is type A, and you can tell the difference based on the shape. As you can see, this is more like a pyramid, like a letter A. So we call that type A, and this is the type H. So like a letter H. So we call that a type H. So well, we just talk about for below 30% capacity farm. We can recommend this type A. Is because this one is much more flexible on designs, and so this one is with also the same feeding system and egg collecting system, and the manure system is different. We can talk about that later. And so type A is the best advantage of type A is the flexibility. Yeah, Angela.
Yes, I guess they have A type and H type. Their feeding system and water system, they are the same.
Yes,
right?
yes. The feeding system and egg collecting system is the same as H. It's all the design same. As you can see, the trolleys and egg belts are the same. Yep.
Yes, but I noticed one point. It's about the white plastic. What are they used for?
Okay. Well, that's very important for the type A. So we can take a close look at that. We call that manure deflector. So why do we design that manure deflector? So it was to prevent the manure from dropping down on the chickens. We see that there are manufacturers that they also make the type A on the markets, but they don't have these deflectors. So if they don't have that, and the chickens on the top tier, the drop the manures on the chickens on the bottom tiers, and I can see that the chickens carry the manures all the time, so it's very bad smells, and it's not just bad smells, it's also not good for the chicken health, and cause a lot of sickness. And once the chicken gets sick, they don't eat, drink, and there's no egg production anymore. So we have to make sure the chickens stay in a clean and nice and comfortable environments. So this manure deflector can make sure all the manure drop down to the bottom and get cleaned up of the house.
Okay, about the manure system, could you explain what is the manure cleaning system for type A?
You can see compared with the type A,
Yeah,
this one has
no manure belt.
no manure belts, and we offer two options for manure cleaning method. And number one is we can give you a belt at the bottom, so we can give you a belt manure cleaning system. And number two, which is used more frequently for the clients, which is we can dig a ditch under the earth, and then you can install scraper tractions. So use that tractions to clean the manures out of the house. So that we call that scraper manure cleaning system.
Okay, what about the parliament of the A-type?
Well, since the type A, the advantage of type A is flexible. We can the electricity or the power supply. It pretty much depends on how many systems you need to go with. Like you can have it manually operation. You can have it with semi-automatic or fully automatic. So with semi-automatic, you can just have the feedings. You can just have the collecting system. So the power supply will be low, and but you can also have if you have the challenge with the electricity, you can just have the cage, and you don't need to buy anything else, and it will need zero powers, and it will need nothing about power supplies. So yeah. Also, if you have the power issues with the electricity, you can also buy a generator from us, and we can provide that as part of the package. So, so Angela, yeah.
Okay, does that mean if I don't need the egg collecting system, I can remove it?
Sure, of course. And if you don't need the egg collecting, you can obviously remove it, and you can just set it up as a manual operation, and it will be also efficient.
I also can remove the manure cleaning system, right?
Yes, you can remove that as well. No problem. It's flexible. It's very flexible for the type A cage.
Okay, I see. If I got a question from our customer, I want to start a layer farm in my risk quantity is 20,000. So which layer equipment should I choose?
Thanks for the question from this clients. And we actually designed the Type H and the Type A. The purpose is to meet the demands or the requirements for different capacity. Like if you have the 20,000 birds, and if you are first time investing into this business, and if you are the beginners, we would strongly recommend to use the Type A, because the Type A is the more easier to get started, and it's more flexible, and you can discuss about details about how would you like the feedings, how would you like the drinkings, how would you like the manure cleanings and egg collecting. So all of this can be customized, and that's the flexibility of this type A. So for 20,000 birds, yes, the type A would be the best, and we can discuss with you how we're gonna design the house for you. Yes, Angela.
Okay, That is pretty good. A customer just asked, I want to use H-type. I want to use H-type layer equipment in a closed chicken house, but the electricity is not stable. What should I do?
If you have a problem with the local electricity, with the local power supply, and so RETECH is not just offer the chicken cage equipments, and we can also like the supporting equipments like generators, and so you can buy a generator as a backup. So that's no problem.
Okay, guys, I think you have learned a lot about our layers equipment. I want to give you a summarize. If you want to raise a chicken quantity less than 30,000, you can probably choose our A-type. And if you want to raise a quantity over 30,000, you can choose our H-type. Okay, one more question, Andy.
Yep.
Yes, it's about the design of the farm. What should I consider if I want to start, if I want to choose your raising equipment?
Well, for designing the layer house, it's kind of similar to broiler house, but it's would be different.
Yeah.
Because the chicken's requirements is different. Speaking of that requirements, so do you know what's the best temperature for raising layers?
18 to 23.
Yes, and what's the best temperature for raising broilers?
I remember it's 25 to 27.
Yes, exactly. So because the chickens need a different temperature, so we will need to consider that, and also how many capacities, what's your land conditions, the lens width, and what's your angle of lens, and what's the wind directions, year-round temperature, humidity. All of these are very, very important for the chicken farming designs. And if you are interested to discuss more with us, and we can have our project manager reach out to you and discuss more these details with you and give you best designs.
You can click the button at the bottom and follow us, or if you give us more like, we will talk more. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all for the introduction of the case. We just covered the type H broilers and type H layers and type A layers. So did you see, so we have so many different equipments on the production floor?
Yeah, yes, they are different machineries. Could you tell us what are they used for?
Well, yes. Speaking of that, we have another topic that needed to discuss. That is the how we can know the cage was made at a premium quality. How do we know it's good quality?
Well, firstly, I think you should consider the raw material.
Yes, that's first, and the raw material will be very important.
Yes.
And the second is the processing. The processing means so what kind of equipment you're going to use to process the raw material. Wow. And third one is the design. So the raw materials. So the raw materials, as you can see, we have so many steels on the floors, and actually these are the best materials we can buy from markets, and there are different levels of quality. The steels on the markets, there are low quality, and there are medium quality, there are high quality, and it's kind of hard to tell the difference from the appearance because they look all the same, and it's just a steel, right? But after a few years, for the low and medium quality steels, they're gonna get rusted and get crispy and they're gonna fragile, and they're gonna eventually get broken, and the cage get collapsed. It also, when it gets broken, it also hurts the chicken feet and cause high mortality, and the chickens will not be living. So surviving rate will be low and the mortality will be high. So you can lose more money on that. So that's important of the materials. And number two is the processing. So you can see we have so many equipments, and the company has invested heavily on the equipments like this one. Is bending machines and the laser cutting machines and the rolling machines. So all of these are the best equipments in the world we bought for manufacturing our equipments. And so for some smaller manufacturers, they might not invest heavily on these equipments. They buy the smaller equipments and the simple, easy equipments, and using like a loading method to process the materials, and it will cause the very low quality of the cage, and you won't tell the difference from the beginning. But after a few years, like 3 or 5 years, you can see that those low materials cage, they will get broken and collapse. And we have that complaints from other clients that they went to the low quality materials and first, but after 5 years they went back to us and they want to buy the, the best materials because they realize that the investment is the quality and the stability, durability is very important for this investment. So yes, so that's about the raw material and the equipment. And also we have the very unique designs for making these cages, like the joint part, the different connection the points, and those are specifically designed and make sure the quality can be good and can last as long as possible. So with all of this, we can deliver you a premium quality cage. Yes, so that's how we can see the RETECH makes the best quality cage in the world. Yes, Angela.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Andy. Thank you for talking so much about our risk equipment. Now, you guys, you can follow me to the packing area. Let's see how we pack our goods. Follow me, please. This is our packing area.
Yes, I can see we have so many orders get packed up and ready to go. So Angela, is that packaging important for this?
Yes, packaging is quite important. You can see our goods are packed well in pallets and they are wrapped with plastic. It can prevent our goods to be damaged or damped during long time transportation. Also, packaging in pallets, it can be easier for us and it can be easier for us and our clients to load and upload the container. So actually, during the production, we also take pictures for our clients before the shipment. So our clients see the pictures, so they will feel relieved and be assured that we can be a reliable supplier. So today it's raining outside. Next time when we do a live stream, we can see our goods are packed well and uploaded into the container.
Yes, thank you for the introduction of the packaging. Yes, I can see the packaging is very important. So, okay, that's pretty much for the introduction of the production floor, and we just give you a brief introduction of the cage, different cage, each type, broilers, each type layers, A-type layers, and also show you what our production looks like and different equipments, and we also show you how we pack the cage before we ship to you. So that's pretty much all for the production part. And in the next part, we're gonna show you our sample room, and there will be more exciting to show you. So shall we take a 5 minutes break, and I will see you soon. We just received a question from a viewer that asking, so with this wonderful quality equipment, so what kind of the price, what kind of the cost? To be honestly, it's quite difficult to quote you exact price. We have to know what kind of your chicken raising requirements, like for layers, for broilers, or how many chickens you want to have, and do you have a house or do you not have a house? And do you want to open house? Do you want to close the house? So there are so many different conditions or parameters we need to discuss first. And if you are interested, you can always leave us a question or inquiry at our webpage, and we will get back to you. And our project manager will discuss with you on more details. Thank you. Hello. We just got another inquiry from a client and is asking, so I want to have a broiler farm with a capacity 10,000 birds and I want to have multiple tiers, like 4 tiers. Uh, so regarding the cost and the price, it's we will need to discuss the details of the chicken house design with you, and we have to finalize the design first. Then we can get back to you on the cost. So regarding that inquiry, our project manager will contact you soon. Yeah. So so that's pretty much everything about the production floor. Shall we go to take a look at our sample showroom? So please follow us. Let's go to the showroom. Yeah.
Okay, guys, in our showroom, I will give you a detailed introduction of our environment control system. Did you remember our company name? Qingdao RETECH Farming. 3 times RETECH Farming. Hello guys, welcome to our showroom.
Okay, so this is our showroom, and you can see we have a lot of screens and the different things here. So let's start with the environment controller. So Angela, do you know what this is?
This is the environment controller.
Yep, this is our RETECH environment controller. And you can see we have different models. We have, this is RETECH RT A100 and RT A200 and RT A300. So all of these models was designed for accommodate different capacity of the farm. For this one is for the small, medium, for small capacity, and this one is one for the medium capacity, and this one is for the large capacity. So let's take a close look of our controllers.
Okay.
And so, Angela, did you see there are so many informations on the screen?
Yes, yes, the average temperature, target temperature, and also about the running time. So many informations.
Yes, there are a lot of informations, and all of these informations are important factors to the chicken farming management. So, speaking of that, and we can see we have not the controller is a function like a brains of the farm, and it monitors all the information and data and from the farm and analyzes of the data, and then it controls the devices and like that. So we have this different sensors, and so like this one is for temperature sensors. So we for this one we can have 6 sensors of temperature installed at different location inside the farm, and to monitor the temperature. And also we have another sensors outside the house to know the outside temperature. So we can know the inside temperature and outside temperature. Then we can analyze and knows how to adjust the temperature for chickens. And this one is for humidity. So to know what kind of humidity inside the house, and if chickens are living comfortable. And this is the carbon dioxide, and this is for ammonia. So all of this information will collect this carbon's temperature, humidity, the data, and inside the house, and we'll show them on the screens, and all the data will can go to upload it into the cloud, and the farmer owners, we can just have access from to this information from their cell phones or the desktops, and they can supervise and monitor the farms at their home, so they don't even go to the farm. And so with all this information collected and analyzed, so they can know how to control the fans at the bottom. You can see how to control the fans and how many fans to turn on, turn off, and how fast they can run, and also the cooling pads, the air inlets, the opening angles, how much to open the air inlets and how much air to let in, to let out, and also the heating system and the cooling pad, and for the waters to pump on, or for that to get down bring down the temperatures. And also you can see we have this temperature to know for chickens. So this is I think this is
Over here.
we only have this in RETECH, and this is not the room temperature. It is chicken temperatures, the body temperatures. It was calculated based on the algorithm, so we can know if the chickens are living actually comfortable or happier. And based on all of these sensors, it has the different vent modulations, and it can adjust the fans, the air inlets to turn on the different ventilations, like they have the tunnel ventilations and they have the minimal ventilations, and all of these ventilations were designed for different environments. Yes, Angela.
Yes, I have. Can I have two questions?
Yes, please.
Yes, the first one is if this environment controller used in closed chicken house.
Of course. So this was designed for only closed house, and with only closed house, we have the walls, and we can control the temperature. So for the open house, we don't need this controllers.
Okay, does it work independently or together with the cooling pad, fans, air inlet, and air deflectors?
It's not working independently. It has all the sensors, all the lines, all the cables installed at different locations of the house, and it can collect and all the information like temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide and ammonia, and from different place and supervise. And then based on that information, this controller can make decisions how to turn on the fans and turn how many fans and so how long we need to run. So things like that. Yeah.
Oh, is this environment controller can be used in layer farms and broiler farms?
Yes.
Are these the same?
Oh, well, not exactly the same. So remember what we discussed that the best temperature for layer is how many temperature for layers?
A temperature for layers is 18 to 23.
Yes. What's the best temperature for broilers?
22 to 27.
Yes, as you can see, the broilers and the layers will require different temperatures. So our experts actually has already taken that into consideration, and all the parameters was preset in these controllers. And you can just let us know so what chickens you are having, and we can have this preset, and we can just ship to you. Then you can take it out of the box and set it up. You can ready to go. So it's very easier.
Yeah. Hello guys, did you learn the environment controller?
Okay, so that's pretty much the about the introduction of the controller. Shall we take a look at the other things on the in the showroom, Angela?
Oh, okay. If you have any queries about the environment controller, you can follow us to learn more. And also you can visit our website and you can leave us message. We will reply you at the first time. Come on, guys.
Yeah, so Angela, would you give us introduction of what this screen TV tells about?
Oh, it's about our recent equipment.
Okay, so I can see it's a 3D model.
Yes.
So yes, I can see it's a 3D model, and with this 3D model, we can design we have the capability to design the different models for different clients to meet the different need.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, so the designing is very critical for the projects. So at RETECH, we are not only just to give you the best quality of the cage, we can offer you the best designs of the farm, of the cage.
Yes.
So that's what we are trying to show you about this. And so Angela, what are those TV screen on the walls?
Okay, guys, follow me, please. I will introduce. Okay. After you viewed our factory and recent equipment, you must learn more about how to start your recent business. How to start our business, you must learn a lot. Okay. RETECH Farming is specializing in poultry industry for over 30 years. Here, I'd like to show you our global demonstration chicken farms. They are mainly in Asia, Africa, South America, Middle East. We have clients in 51 countries. For Asia, this is our main product. This is our main market, like Nigeria, Tanzania, Zambia, and also Indonesia and Philippines in Asia. Also, we attend the Livestock 2022 Philippine exhibition from August 24 to 26. You can visit our booth in H32, and our colleagues Steven and Luke will give you a personal solution if you need their assistance. Okay, let's move to next part. This is our expert team is our most valuable part in our campaign. You can see our engineer. They are from ventilation, design, poultry healthy, and installation. Also, this is our sales director, Mr. Liu. She went to many countries. He did a lot of work, and also we have engineers working abroad all the year round, even during the epidemic. So we are quite a reliable company. RETECH Farming. RETECH Farming is specializing in turnkey solutions. Your farms can be large scale, medium, and small size, and we can provide overall layout of your chicken farm. It will give you a better understanding. Also, it can help your construction team. Okay, in our workshop, we have talked about our layers equipment. For layer farm, we have A-type and H-type raising equipment. H-type is suitable for raising quantity over 30,000, and it is a high density raising method, can reduce the land cost, and it is fully automatic, which is easy to operate and maintain. The most important one is layers are kept in closed chicken house, and they have ideal living environment. Then the layers will live in the cages comfortably, and they will lay more eggs. For A-type, it is suitable with the quantity less than 30,000 layers. It is suitable for beginners and clients from tropical areas. It is economical and practical. It's very good for ventilation. Okay, this is our broiler farm solution. About our broiler, we have talked our H-type raising equipment. It is also high density raising, and it can reduce the land cost, and also it is all the systems are fully automatic. It's very convenient to maintain and operate. Also offer a very suitable living environment for the broilers. We also have the other one. It is a flow system. Compared with H-type system, both of them, all the broilers they should be kept in closed chicken house, because the broilers they grow up from a very tiny chicken, and they have to be in the closed chicken house to prevent bird disease. Okay, we also have Pullet farms and leader farms. For the details, you can visit our website www.retechfarming.com. You can contact our project manager for detail. Also, you can follow us at you can click the button at the bottom and follow us. Environment control. Our colleague Andy has given you a detailed introduction of it. So for environment control system, it is much important. It is extremely important for closed chicken house. It can keep the layers and broilers in a very comfortable living environment. You know, some chicken houses are built with bricks and some are built with concrete. Also, we provide steel structure for chicken house, and we can design the most economical and practical solutions for you. You know, when RETECH Farming provide overall a whole solutions for our clients. Besides the risk equipment, we also have the supporting equipment like feeding processing, manure processing, incubator, and slider house. Also, the steel structure chicken house. You know, we RETECH Farm. We carefully select the high quality material for your equipment, so you can trust we are a very reliable supplier. Okay, Annie, would you like to give us an introduction of our digital and intelligent empowerment?
Yes, thank you, Angela, for the great introduction about our solutions. Yes, RETECH can offer you different solutions based on your needs and the requirements. We can give you the different solutions, and that's what we do. Not just to sell you the equipment, but we can offer you the total solutions. And that's just as our slogan says, RETECH makes your poultry farming smarter and easier. So this screen is to show you how it can make your farming poultry smarter and easier. So this is like a smart farm, and because we have all the controllers installed, and with the controllers we have the different sensors installed at different place, so we can have this information like so how many waters the chicken drink, and how many the feedings chicken eat, and what's the daily power consumption, and what's the egg production. So we can have all of this information recorded and uploaded into the server. And so with that data and information, you can analysis or analyze all of this, and make the decision of how you're gonna make your poultry farming business bigger and growing faster. So you can see there is not just chickens. If you have multiple houses, you can see each conditions of the house, and how much capacity for each house, and what is the total capacity for all the house, and if which house is in good conditions, and it's normal, or is that alert, or is that online or offline. And you can also have the cameras installed inside the farm, so you can just watch what the farm looks like. So it's like a farm you don't have single workers, and save you a lot on the working cost. And that's kind of the smart farm that we can offer you. And for this one, so this is like a cloud platform. So to show you, we have how many our RETECH global markets. We have the clients in different areas of world. The most clients are from Africa. You can see Africa, and we also have the clients in Asia and Australia. So on this you can see, because all the controllers we can have online, and we can see how many equipments we have in different corner, a different area of the world, and how many clients are using the controllers, and what kind of information and they want to use, and how many projects was on order, and how many projects were in production process, and how many are ready for installation, and how many were finished installation. And so how many are using equipment for layer raisings, and how many of them are using broiler raisings. And also the trend here is so how many layers were in each country, how many broilers in each country, and what kind of the curve. So with all the information, we can give you a prediction of this chicken business, and to help you make the best decisions. And so if you want to raise layers, if you want to raise broilers, you can have this all information and help you make the strategic decisions. And so you can expand your farm from layers to broilers, or you can just do the focus on the layers, or you can just focus on the broilers. And so with all this information, it's like the same slogan that we said repeatedly, that RETECH Farming makes your poultry business easier and smarter. So with this different clients from different countries, you can see we have made this huge and huge picture wall, and with all the, not all of them, but most part of them clients from different countries. And uh, so from the Africa and like Nigeria, Zambia, and Ghana, Senegal. So these are our major markets, and we have different the clients. And you can see some clients came to our factories, and some are pictures were taken from the client's site. And we actually go to clients the farm, and we visit them, and we want to know how do we think our equipments, and what was the feedback, and if there is anything we can do to improve our equipments. So the communication between RETECH and the clients is frequently, and we talk to them a lot, and lots of clients are placing the repeated orders, the reorders. And so currently the clients are not just buying our equipment, and they are not just clients or customers of us. They are also the partners of RETECH. They are also the partner and the friend of us. And they not only use their equipment, they also promote RETECH brands to all the friends, and they want their friends to know that the RETECH not produce the best quality case, but they can offer the best solutions for the chicken farms. So yes, we have these clients in the world and different corners. And if you have the inquiries, and you can let us know where you are located, and we can have you invite you to visit the clients from local. And well, that's pretty much of the introduction of the showroom. And uh, so here, let's get summarize of what we have learned today. And so if you work with the RETECH, and we can make your poultry farming smarter and easier, and you will get, so first is solid quality poultry equipment, and then the safe raising environments, and we can give you a safe environments, and then the 3D custom solutions designs, and reliable whole process company, and easier chicken house management. So this is all advantage we have, and all things we can offer you if you work with RETECH. And so let's take 5 minutes, and we will show you more later. Okay. Welcome back. So we just got some queries from the page, and let's take a more close look on the broiler cage, and we can give you more introduction of the cage. And so this is what we call the Type H broiler cage, and there are a lot of automatic systems, like it has automatic feedings. It has the pans inside, and it has automatic drinking systems, and it has nipples, 12 nipples, 6 on each side, and so the, the drinking line can be adjusted. The height can be adjusted. So based on how old is the chicken's flow and position, and when they are getting older and older, and you can adjust the water line to higher positions, and also you can adjust the water pressures. So inside of the cage, and with that, the auger systems, the feedings will brought inside the feeding pans through the dispensing devices on the top of the tier, and then from the silo outside the house. So this feeding system can be also set up automatically, and you can set up how many times each day feeding and how much to feed each time. So by that time, and the feeding will start automatically, and you don't have to turn it off manually. That's for the feedings, and for the drinkings. It also for the manure cleaning system is also very efficient, high, and you can see this PP materials for cleaning. So remember, Andrew, where are those
And also the product convenience for the customer.
Yes, yes. So this belt, so we can the material that for at least 8 years, and so this belt is not just for the manures; it's also can used for the bird harvesting. So shall we take a look at the bird harvesting system work?
Yes, pull it out.
So when the broilers are getting to the certain weight and the house and catch the birds manually, which is very low efficient. And but at RETECH, we have designed this specific system for bird harvesting. So when the birds are ready, and you can just pull the slits out and pull them out, and then the birds will drop on the belts and quickly. So then the broilers will be carried to the end of the cage, and through the cleaning systems, and the broilers will carry it to the outside the house and to the bird catching platform. On that bird catching platform, so also with that bird harvesting, we have the lights. So like when it will come, so there will be no bird getting stuck. So low more mortality and high survival rate.
Hello, Andy. I have one point. It is one of our customers once told me that they use the plastic from other suppliers, and this plastic is recycled and it's not durable. What about our plastic? Is this raw material?
Yes, it's the raw material is also the PVC, and it's not recycled PVC. It's very good materials, and you can use like the belts can 8 to 10 years, so we don't have to worry about the quality. And so all the not just the material are galvanized, and the zinc is solution, and the. What do you think?
Okay, about this broiler cages. What about the quantity? Which quantity is still
more frequently from the cars that so it depends on what. So for this one, it has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 cage. We also have 3 tiers cage. This one of tiers we can go up to 50,000, even to 60,000, 70,000, and we have projects just installed in Philippines, the single house capacity is 80,000 birds in one house. So that's very high capacity for one house. And so if you have a smaller capacity requirements like below 30,000, we can give you a 3 tiers cage, and so you can start with a 3 tiers cage. It's also good start. Yes. So that's about the capacity. And so, do we have any questions from viewers or clients?
Yeah, this client asked, I want to start a broiler farm. Could you help me to design it?
Yes, that's another question that was brought up more frequently. So, how are we gonna design? And yes, the design is critical and important, and most important factors of the setting up the farm. Speaking of that, we will need to consider your land conditions like the length, the width, and also what locations of your land and the year-round temperatures, humidities, and the wind directions from north to south or from south to north. So, and also how many capacities, and if there are any other farms around you, and so a lot of things we need to consider that. And then with all details covered, discussed, and we can design and make you better designs on farms. Also the layouts and how we're gonna do the layouts. So with one lines or with two rows or with 3 rows, and what's the length, and with all capacity. If you want to set up, we can into the all of these questions were important. Speaking of the farm design, so it's yes. If you have questions about farm design, you can always leave us a question at the bottom of the screen, and our project manager will get back to you ASAP. Yes. So, any other questions you can think of?
I want to start a chicken farm, but now I'm going to plan. I'm going to buy a land. Oh, a square one is a rectangular one. Which one is better?
Well, that's a good question as well. So, basically, there will be several different requirements for the land, but the best one will be rectangular. So the longer the better, because you can see we have just give you instruction by a rectangular land, so which has a longer length and the narrower width. Yeah.
Okay. One more question is about the FCR. Can you tell us the FCR of this broiler raising equipment?
Sure. So the FCR is important for broiler farming business. FCR means so remember we discussed about the FCR. Do you know what FCR means, Angela?
Yes, feeder conversion ratio.
Yes, feed conversion ratio. So it means for every kilo of chicken meat you get, how many chicken feedings you need to invest. So there are some other competitors from markets. They also can make this cage, but not very good quality, or the design is not reasonable. So the FCR could be very high, like 1.7 or even 1.8 versus 1. That means for every 1 kilo of chicken meat, you will need to invest 1.7 of chicken feedings. That's very high waste on the feedings, and you will need to spend more on the feedings. But our RETECH broiler cage, we can bring that ratio down to 1.4. You need to invest 1 point and make your chicken farming more profitable.
Okay, did you guys learn it?
Shall we summarize what we discussed today, Angela? So,
Okay.
so today our Angela. So,
Okay.
so today our topic is about how.
Firstly, you should figure out what kind of chickens you want to raise. You want to raise layers, broilers, pullets, or breeders. Layers, broilers, pullets, or breeders. Right? Choose each type raising equipment.
Number 3 is so that's number 3, and the number 4 is the So will that solution be a smarter and easier one? Will
Yes.
that save your cost? So those 4 points, you need to bear that in mind and take into consideration when you choose the equipment. So yeah, that's pretty much all for today. And we have mix your farming business